Perfectly average everyday carry here, and today I'd like to talk to you about probably the most ridiculous watch in my collection. The absolutely huge Citizen BJ8050-08E, or as most people call it, the Ecozilla. Now, the first thing we need to talk about is the size of this watch. Now, the case diameter is only 48 millimeters, which is large but not unreasonably so. But when you look at this thing in profile, you realize that it's 19 millimeters thick, and it weighs right around 15 ounces. So this is a substantial watch by any stretch of the imagination. This watch is made of completely stainless steel, and it has a water resistance rating of 300 meters. Now, I am not scuba certified. I have been known to snorkel, so I actually don't have any need for a diver's watch that has that sort of depth rating. But what I really like about this watch, and the reason why I keep it in my collection, is the fact that it is super, super durable. I love the stainless steel construction with a nice watch band and these little NATO adapters that you can get online from Supple Parts or on eBay. They allow you to run a 3 or a 5 ring NATO adapter or NATO strap. So it makes this watch, which comes with rubber dive bands and an extension, they're nice. It's a nice band, but with the adapters on here, it allows you to wear a regular old NATO strap. And that makes this watch much more comfortable. And if you get a reasonably thick one, it will support the weight of this watch. So let's get right into it then. So this watch only has 2 external features. It has an external screw down crown right here, which only adjusts the time and the date. This watch obviously doesn't have any chronographic functions. And then it has a very, very crunchy or clicky 60 click bezel that's unidirectional. My gosh, is this turning into an ASMR video? I can't tell. So it's a very crunchy, clicky wheel, which I really like. It's 60 clicks per revolution. You know, to be honest with you, I would have preferred a 120, but the 60 is perfectly fine. Now, the watch itself has a lovely back on it. Here we go. A lovely little engraving or stamping on the back here. And you can see the ring right here that holds the adapters in place. Now, as well as the NATO strap, you can also get a replacement ring that looks like this, which allows you to take off those adapters and put this on there. And then the strap threads under the ring right there on the edge, across the back of the case, and then out the other side. Now, this is actually a really nice little piece. It's very, very light. But when you remove those adapters and you put this ring on, it leaves a big hole in the side of the case. And I really didn't like that. There's a lot of chance for stuff to get jammed in there, and it just gets kind of gross. So as much as I like this adapter, I don't use it anymore. And I use the NATO strap adapters like this, and these spring bars are screw-in, and they are really robust, and you can get them online from Supple Parts, or you can get knockoff ones on eBay if that's your thing. And you can see here that they fill in that gap and hold the watch band on there very, very well. And if you get a really good watch band, like a 5 ring from, let's see here, this one I think is from Clockwork Synergy, and this one is a 5 ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this goes under the watch, through the bands, and then goes through these 2 rings, and so you have 2 layers of material under your watch, and that retains it really, really well. The only downside to this is that this is thicker material, and you now have 2 layers of material under your watch. Now you can thread this a different way and kind of move this out of the way if you want, but you lose kind of the advantage of having a 5-ring watch band that way. So I have this one from Clockwork Synergy, and then I also have a multicam one from the same manufacturer. And this one is a standard, a regular 3-ring. So I really like this one as well. And both of these do an admirable job of holding the watch in place on your wrist. So you will hear a lot of stuff online about this watch. You'll hear about the crazy, crazy lume. And the lume on this is insane. It's bright blue. You have a green dot right here that's almost reminiscent of like a tritium vial on some night sights on a pistol. And the lume is crazy, the weight is crazy, everything about this watch is crazy. And I wasn't actually sure if I would like it because I have a 7¼ inch wrist. And so I'm not a burly dude. But after getting it, putting the adapters on it, and wearing it for a couple of weeks, I've found myself falling in love with this thing. The only real downside to it is people do notice it, especially people who aren't watch people. They'll wonder what the heck that silver hockey puck is on your wrist. And then you have to explain that it's this and it's that, and it's not a Daniel Wellington or a Diesel. And so they go, I don't understand what that is. I just have a Fossil. Why is your watch so big? And you know, you just got to kind of laugh it off and make an excuse and go on about your thing. But people who do know what this watch is, they ask questions. Hey, where'd you get that adapter? How's the durability? Does the weight bother you? And it's always a pleasure to talk to someone who asks questions like that. They just don't go, oh, you must be compensating for something. So once you can kind of get over the fact that this thing is just absolutely huge, and it's kind of something that people notice, once you can get past that and start wearing it, it's incredibly comfortable on a NATO band. And the build quality is fantastic. The indices for the seconds, the second hand almost hits them accurately every single time. It's not perfect, but this is a quartz watch. I don't expect it to be exactly dialed in. I wish it was, but it's close enough that it doesn't really bother me that much. There, you can kind of see it going around right there. So all in all, I absolutely adore this watch. I think Citizen did a fantastic job of building this. I'm really happy with the quality. I saw this watch for the first time, I think in 2006 on a cruise in one of those duty-free stores on the cruise ship. And at the time, this watch was, you know, $500–600. Well, at least on the cruise ship it was. And I couldn't afford it. But just over the past couple of weeks, I found a really good deal online and I could not wait to snatch this one up. So I am hugely impressed with the quality of this thing, with the weight, with the build, the durability, and I'm really excited to see over the next couple of years how this thing holds up. Anyway, that's all I really have about this huge watch. I'd really like to thank you guys for sticking with me. I know I haven't had a chance to upload anything in quite a while, and you know, life gets in the way of these things. But I wanted to share the new watch I got with you, and also that I will be having another bag review coming up here in the next couple of days, which I haven't seen a lot of reviews of this bag online, mostly just trade show stuff. So I've been using this bag for a couple of weeks now, and I'm excited to show you my thoughts on it and some things I like and some things I don't. So anyway, thanks for sticking with me, and I will talk to you again here in just a few days. And as always, Malama Pono.